Why is Update 2 for Doom the Dark Ages pretty good on paper, but the game is worse than it's ever been? And the answer is the devs don't understand their game and where the friction points are on it. So there's a lot of good quality of life and other things going on. The shield feels better, all sorts of good stuff. But then the devs do things that slow the game down even more. And this is the problem with the game, is it's slow and it can be tedious at times, especially in the mech levels. And we're going to get to that. But I have a question. Why are we nerfing the super shotgun again? The Impaler, I think, was nerfed once. Again. Why are we nerfing these guns instead of just making the other guns suck less? The core issue with this combat will always favor a single target damage weapon. So the Impaler and the super shotgun are always going to be star weapons unless you just make them unfun, which subverts the whole game and makes it slower, by the way. And Doom Eternal, which was an actual challenging game at times, especially when you started, had really high times to kill on demons once you learn how to play the game too. And there was no difficulty issue with that. The issue is with the game design itself, the mechanics. So the reality is that this is just a slow game. That's just the way it is, and you have to take the good with the bad, not nerf weapons and make the game even more slow and tedious than it needs to be. That's not the right design philosophy here. Just, take the slight L. The game is still fun, but it's not going to be that challenging. You don't have to make the game more boring to punish players who figured out the gameplay loop. That's not good game design. And do not get me started on these Atlan mech levels. The Stomp doing electricity damage is awesome. Why are we adding a bunch more Titans to every encounter? I never want to play these levels again. They should be adding a switch in the slider that lets me turn off mech and dragon levels, but instead they add more enemies to all the mech levels, so it's even more slow and boring and tedious than ever before. No one asked for this. No one wants to play these levels. Why are you forcing us to play more of them? This is crazy. Just remove them from the game. Make them optional. After you beat the game once, make them skippable, please.